If you're interested in learning how you can automate due dates within Monday.com, then this video is for you. It doesn't matter if you need automated due dates because you have a project due or maybe you're running an event, but I'm going to show you how you can set up your board so that way your dates automatically populate for you. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Tara. I'm the founder of Simple Day, a Monday.com Platinum partner. Over the last 4 years, we have helped hundreds of clients get started and use Monday.com. If you need help with a custom implementation or getting started with the tool because you just don't know how you can use it, then feel free to get in touch. My contact information is in the description below. And let's jump in. For our example, we're going to pretend that we need to get ready for a webinar, but it doesn't really matter what event you have. It's the same concept. The concept is that you have an event date, a specific date, and you need tasks done before that date. They're always the same tasks and it's always the same timeline. So what you can set up in Monday is a board with tasks that will have an automation that will automatically tell you when the tasks are due based on the event date. What you need to set up is you first need to set up 3 different columns on your board: a numbers column, a due date column, and an event date column. These are the only 3 columns that you need to make this automation work. Obviously, you may need more columns on the board, but for this automation, you only need these 3 dates. So essentially what we're saying is that if I want to create a landing page before my webinar, okay, I need to decide how many days before my webinar does that need to happen. So let's just say that I want to create a landing page 45 days before my webinar. Now, because it's happening before the event date, you actually need to write it in the minus as opposed to the plus. And I'll show you why once we get to the automations. And let's just say I want to create the email 30 days before and the social media post also 30 days and the social media ads, let's just say 14 days. Okay, so what I've set up in this numbers column is the offset. How many days before my event is this task due? Now, let's jump into the Automation Center and I'm going to show you the automation that you need to set this up. So if I click on Create on the top here and you search for dates, it's going to show you the different date options. They actually always move this around and there's no numbers on these automations, but the one that you want is this one. And it says, when date changes, adjust another date by a number of days in the numbers column. So this is exactly what we want. So I'm going to click this automation and then I'm going to set it up. So I'm going to say when my event date changes, I'm going to adjust my due date by the number of days in my offset column. And I'm going to hit create automation. Okay. So this is why it needs to be negative, not positive, because it pushes the days. So if I left the number of 30 positive, it would be 30 days. My task would be due after the event date, which doesn't help me. So now let's test this out. So what I need to do is I simply need to click on all the items and I need to enter in when my event date is. So let's just pretend that this webinar is going to be July 30th. Okay, so I've added my date of the event, and now you can see that all of my other dates were populated. Okay, the create a landing page 45 days before, create email 30 days before, but the due dates are set up based on the event date. That's all that you need. You just need to add in that automation and then it can populate. Now, obviously, this is something that you do on an ongoing basis. Like, for example, I've worked with wedding planners and they always have a set amount of things that they need to do before the event. You can create templates, create boards with templates, and all you need to do is add in the event date and the automation will automatically run. So there's definitely ways that you can automate this to not have to create a board like this if you have a reoccurring event, but it's relatively simple. You just need to have these 3 columns and set up the automation. Then obviously I would think about adding things like when due date arrives, send a notification or maybe change a status. But essentially we've automated the creation of a due date based on one fixed event date and based on the offset that we want. So every single time you don't need to think about this, it's automatically here within your Monday boards. I'd love to hear from you in the comments how you're using a setup like this in your business. And I'll see you in the next video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and remember to subscribe to receive tips and tricks on how to use Monday.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.